Music begin in 3, 2, 1.
Having fun,
that's what we're gonna do.
Mr. Henry,
Mr. Fight,
exploring along with you.
Learning music, having fun,
that's what we're gonna do. Mr. Henry,
Mr. Fight,
love hanging out with you.
The Music
Podcast for Kids. Hello, and welcome to the Music Podcast for Kids. We're your hosts, Mr. Henry
and Mr. Fight, music educators extraordinaire.
The Music Podcast for Kids is a fun and educational podcast where we learn and explore the best subject ever, music! Today's episode, we are learning about beat.
And now the music joke of the day.
We love jokes, so if you have a joke, please visit our website, themusicpodcastforkids.com, to submit your joke.
And guess what? It doesn't even have to be a music joke. It can be any joke.
We will read and enjoy your joke on the podcast and also let everyone know who it came from and where you are in this great, big, wonderful music world.
Our joke of the day is, this joke comes from a listener of the show, David. All right, Mr. Fight. Why does the cow stay up so late?
Why does the cow? I have no idea.
To see the moon. Get it? To see the moon?
I love it. That's a really cool joke. Make sure to send in your jokes by visiting our website, themusicpodcastforkids.com. A link to the website can be found in the show notes.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you are enjoying the show so far.
Please subscribe to the podcast to receive the latest episodes and leave a review through iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Also, get updates on what we are up to through Facebook and Instagram by finding us at Music Podcast for Kids. Links will be found in the show notes. On to the show!
And now, the music word of the day.
Music word of the day. Music word of the day. Music word of the day. Music word of the day. Yeah! Before we get to our main subject of the day, let's take a look at the music word of the day. Quarter note. The quarter note is probably the most popular note ever. Most music uses the quarter note as the steady beat note. It is a colored-in sideways oval with a line that can be pointed up or down on the right or left-hand side of the oval. And in today's episode, we get to meet Mr. Quarter Note as we explore our adventure in learning all about beat. And that's the music word of the day, quarter note.
The Music Podcast for Kids is brought to you by
Mr. Henry's Music World. Are you looking for fun and engaging piano lessons? Well, Mr. Henry has a complete online piano course for the very beginner ages, 6 to 10. Kids can follow along with entertaining videos, which not only teaches the piano, but all of the essentials in music, which builds life skills while having fun. And get this, kids will even interact with Mr. Henry in a live online group setting, where they can ask questions, perform for feedback, play music games, learn fun pop tunes, and even become online piano friends with other students in the program. Sign up for the free mini piano course found in the show notes or visit MrHenry'sMusicWorld.com for more info.
And now the main subject of the day.
Yeah, Mr. Fight, I'm pretty sure I have a pair of drumsticks up here somewhere.
Oh, great, Mr. Henry. Yeah, we can totally jam out to the steady beat on these bucket drums I have to play.
Sweet. Yeah, who would have thought? Just get a bucket, turn it upside down, and boom! A jammin' good time, keep that sweet, steady beat. Okay, so it should be around here somewhere. Nah, don't need this mini gumball machine. And, oh, Oh, that's that rubber chicken. But I guess we don't need that right now. And maybe it's...
Hey, Mr. Henry, did you hear that?
Hear what?
I just heard a booming, steady beat.
I don't think I heard anything there, Mr. Fight. Oh, and look, my Billy Bass singing fish. I wonder if this thing still works. Maybe just some AA batteries to get this thing rocking.
See? There it is again. Did you hear it?
Oh, yeah. I did hear that. Must be someone just knocking on the door. Let me get my phone out and see if someone is knocking.
Mr. Henry, it's coming from over here. It's getting louder over here. A sweet, steady beat.
Yeah, no one at the front door. What could that be, Mr. Fight?
Mr. Henry, what does this door lead to? It's coming from behind here.
Oh, Mr. Fight, don't you remember? That's just the door that leads to another dimension. We went through the door when learning about music from Latin America.
Wait, I thought that was just a bad dream I had.
Well, give it an open there, Mr. Fight. That's a pretty awesome steady beat.
I don't know, Mr. Henry.
Oh, just open it on up. Oh, it's locked. Let's see. How about I echo that steady beat they are keeping by knocking on the door? And kids at home, you can pretend to knock on the door to the steady beat along with us. Let's listen again. Okay, it's our turn. 1, 2, ready, go.
I don't know, Mr. Henry. I'm a little concerned with what's behind that door.
Oh, come on, Mr. Fight. A steady beat keeper is always good, especially when getting started with our bucket drumming. Oh, it changed up the rhythm a little while keeping the steady beat. Sounded like he went ta ta ti ti ta.
Yeah, that was definitely the rhythm played while keeping the steady beat. All right, let's try it all together. Kids at home, try along with us. 1, 2, ready, go. Hey, well, who are you?
It's me, Mr. Quarter Note. You know, the steady beat note.
Oh, hey there, Mr. Quarter Note. That was great steady beat keeping.
Mr. Henry, you never told me you had a talking quarter note in your attic. I mean, how does a shaded-in oval with a line drawn upward connected to the right side of the oval float around talking in your attic? Your attic!
Wait, doesn't every musical attic have a Mr. Quarter Note?
Oh boy.
Well, hey, it's great to finally meet you, Mr. Fight. So, are you guys ready?
Ready for what?
To get to the Steady Beat Challenge.
Steady Beat Challenge?
Oh yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yep, it's right through this door, and even the kids listening at home can play.
Okay, yeah, let's get going, Mr. Fight.
I don't know, Mr. Henry. The last time we went into this portal to another dimension, we got shrunk, remember?
Oh, no. We didn't shrink. It was a bad dream. Come on, Mr. Fight. Let's get going with the Steady Beat Challenge.
Oh boy, the voice of reason never seems to win these battles. Well, okay, sure, why not? Another crazy adventure in music. I'd better not lose my hair this time again.
Okay, Mr. Quarter Note.
Okay, hold on to those drumsticks. Here we go.
And go! Ha! Welcome to the Steady Beat Game Show. A game where you have to answer questions about the beat in music. Wait a second, beats are vegetables. Not sure what beats have to do with music. Can someone explain this beat thing?
Oh boy, Mr. Slapdash. No, Mr. Slapdash. The beat in music is spelled B-E-A-T. Beat the vegetable is spelled B-E-E-T.
Ah, right. That's what I said. B-E-A-T is the beat in music. Although I do like the vegetable beat as well, and I do love popcorn as well. Sprinkle some pickle juice on the popcorn and... Ah, right. Sorry, Mr. Producer. Back to the game show.
Oh, boy.
You will have to answer a series of questions about the beat, spelled B-E-A-T in music. Use your brain and ears to answer these questions. Wait a second here, Mr. Producer. How does someone use their ears to answer the questions? Ears don't talk, you know.
No, Mr. Slapdash, that means some of your questions will have us listening to something, and we have to figure it out through hearing it.
Ah, right, of course. Listening skills. Okay, so here is the first question. Which part of your body keeps a slow, fast, and medium steady beat all day and night, 24 hours a day?
What do you think, Mr. Henry?
Let's see. I mean, your hands can keep a slow, medium, and fast steady beat like this. Here is a slow beat. Here is a medium steady beat. And here is a fast, steady beat. Wow, nice steady beat there, Mr. Henry. Is that your final answer?
Well, that's true, Mr. Henry, but he said a body part that keeps the steady beat all day and night, 24 hours a day. That would be pretty tough to tap all day and night forever.
Yeah, that's true. Can we get another clue, Mr. Slapdash? Let's see here. I don't think I have any glue here, and not sure why that would help you out in this situation.
No, Mr. Slapdash, not glue, another clue.
Yes, a clue. That's what I said, and yes, here is a clue. Take a listen to this 24-hour steady beat keeper. Hey, kids at home listening, do you hear that? What's that sound?
It sounds like a heart.
Wow, cool. Yes, I think we go with that answer, Mr. Fight. The heart does keep a steady beat all day and night. Sometimes the heart is slowly keeping a steady beat, especially when you are sleepy. But if you are running around, your steady beat heart will be faster.
So true. Okay, Mr. Slapdash, we are saying that the body part that keeps a slow, medium, and fast steady beat all day and night is the heart.
Well, let's see if you are correct and flip the card and... Yes! The heart keeps a slow, medium, and fast steady beat all day and night. Nicely done, Mr. Henry and Mr. Fight. You are one step closer to the grand prize.
Woohoo! Grand prize? Wait a tick. What's the grand prize?
Ha ha ha. Okay, on to the next question. Which one of these objects has a steady beat? A clock? Or the waves of the ocean?
Kids at home, what do you think? Does a clock have a steady beat or the waves of the ocean?
Okay, Mr. Slapdash. I think we are going with a clock.
Yeah, Mr. Henry, I hear that beat of the clock going all of the time.
Good one, Mr. Fight. All of the time. Well, I don't think I get that joke, Mr. Fight. Well, clock, time.
Oh boy, Mr. Slapdash. Well, is that the correct answer?
Let's see here, and it looks like you are correct. The clock keeps a steady beat all of the time.
Woohoo! Yes!
All right. One step closer to the grand prize.
Yeah, the grand prize. What's the grand prize?
Ha ha! Okay. On to the next question. You will hear two pieces of music. One piece of music will make you want to bop your head to the steady beat, and the other will sound like you are floating around in space.
floating around in space.
Ah, yes. I'm thinking the music that sounds like we are floating around in space is music that does not have a steady beat. Is that right, Mr. Slapdash?
Well, Mr. Henry, I don't really think floating in space sounds like too much fun for me. I think I would miss my pet fish too much, plus the astronaut helmet would mess up my hair, which, by the way, is looking on point today.
Mr. Slapdash! Mr. Henry, you are correct. Music can be performed with or without a steady beat. And if we use our imagination and thought of floating in space during our music listening, we probably would not feel a steady beat.
Ah, right. That's what I said. Anyway, I will play a piece and you have to decide if it has a steady beat or no beat at all.
Awesome! And kids at home, you can play along with this game. If you hear music with a steady beat, try to clap or pat the steady beat along with the music. If you don't hear the steady beat, imagine you are floating around in space. If you were in a classroom or at home and have some space to move, you can safely pretend that you are an astronaut floating around in space.
Oh boy, this sounds fun.
Ah, yes. So here is number 1. Beat or no beat?
Oh, cool. What do you all think it is? Can you play along to the steady beat with the music? Let's try. Oh, yeah. You can play along with it. Cool.
Yeah, I feel that beat. Okay, Mr. Slapdash, we are going to say yes, there is a steady beat.
And the answer is steady beat. Nicely done, Mr. Henry and Mr. Fight. One step closer to the grand prize.
Yes! All right, one step closer to the grand prize. Wait, did we learn about the grand prize yet?
Ha ha! Okay, here is the next listening example. Beat or no beat?
Whoa, cool sounds. Does this sound like the steady beat is rocking?
This sounds kind of spacey. What do you all think at home?
Yeah, I'm not really feeling the steady beat there. Okay, Mr. Slapdash, we're going with no steady beat.
And let's see here. The answer is no steady beat.
Yes!
All right, nicely done, kids at home. And guess what, Mr. Fight?
What?
Later on in the show today, kids can play the beat and no beat challenge all on their own, with some other super challenges.
Sweet. So stick around so you can try this challenge by yourself.
Okay, on to the last question. You will hear a ball keeping a steady beat, but as the ball is bouncing, it may come across some obstacles that stop the ball from keeping the steady beat. If you no longer hear the ball keeping the steady beat, then raise your hand. Are you ready?
Ah, okay, cool. So the ball will keep a steady beat, but if the ball falls out of the steady beat, we will raise our hand.
Cool, got it. Kids at home, are you ready? Okay, here we go.
Yikes, it looks like the ball hit a spiky stick while bouncing, which caused it to go flat. Did you raise your hand when the ball stopped the steady beat? Let's get it filled back up with air and bouncing to the steady beat again.
Oh no, it looks like the ball got stuck in a washing machine. Boy, it was really bouncing all over the place in there. Jeez.
Wait, how did the ball get into a washing machine?
I don't know, Mr. Fight. At least it wasn't a cat in a washing machine.
True. Don't put your cat in the washing machine to make sure that he's really clean.
Okay, Mr. Fight. All right.
Sorry.
Yes, a little off topic there, Mr. Henry and Mr. Fight, but yes, you did a lovely job, which means... Oh, look over there. A new donut shop coming into town. Yes, I love donuts with sprinkles and icing. And,
Hey, stop!
Oh, sorry, Mr. Producer. I was about to say, you are today's winners. And the grand prize is...
Please be some of those donuts. Please be those donuts.
Is... a one-way trip to outer space to float with no steady beat. What a majestic one-way trip you have as you float all day and night with no steady beat. Join the stars, planets, and oh, don't I look so handsome? And I think it's time to go to that new donut shop for a Boston cream and apple fritter. Yes.
No.
Best game show
No,
host.
I really wanted some of those donuts. Wait, did he say a one-way trip to outer space? Mr. Henry?
Oh, boy.
Mr. Henry, I can't believe we got blasted into outer space with no steady beat.
No worries, Mr. Fight. We will get back. Hey, look at that spaceship coming through. I think I hear the steady beat coming from there.
Hey, steady beat spaceship. Can you help us? Come on, Mr. Henry, let's float over here.
Hey, Mr. Henry and Mr. Flynn, come on board. We can go on another adventure.
Oh boy, Mr. Henry, I don't know about this.
Come on, Mr. Fight. How bad could it be?
I have donuts.
Woohoo! Be right there, Mr. Quarter Note. And that's all about beat.
Time for the Super Duper Music Challenge.
It's time to test your ears.
Test your ears? I don't think you can really give your ears a test, Mr. Henry. I mean, how do your ears hold a pencil without bleeding?
Oh, no, Mr. Fight. When I say test your ears, I mean listening to something and trying to figure it out through hearing it.
Ah, right, of course. Time to play the Music Podcast for Kids Super Duper Music Listening Challenge.
I don't know, Mr. Fight. A little bit long of a title?
Yeah, we need to work that one out.
Yeah, we will. We'll work it out. Okay, on to the challenge. In today's challenge, we are going to listen to 5 different examples, and you have to figure out if the music has a steady beat or no beat at all. And guess what? If you have enough space to move around as you listen, you can march to the music that has a steady beat, or pretend to float around in space if the music has no beat. Here is number 1. Here is number 2. Here is number 3. Here is number 4. Here is number 5.
Time to wrap it up, folks.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Music Podcast for Kids.
We hope you enjoyed the show and, most importantly, learned something cool today about music.
Remember to send in your jokes or even a topic in music you would like us to discuss by visiting our website, themusicpodcastforkids.com. If you are interested in awesome educational and fun songs for your kids to listen to and sing along with, please visit brucefight.com. Music is available to download with iTunes and most streaming platforms like Spotify, Amazon Radio, and YouTube. Links will be found in the show notes.
If you are interested in learning how to play the piano with a fun and engaging online curriculum geared toward kids, get started with the free mini piano course for kids ages 6 to 10. For older kids and even adults, join Mr. Henry with a 7-day free trial of his online piano group. Links will be found in the show notes.
Please leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts and also share the podcast with friends, relatives, aliens, whoever.
Again, we thank you so much for tuning in.